I have a plan.
You've got a plan.
Yes.
First of all, you're copying me from when I said I had a plan.
No, I'm not. People say that all the time. It's not that unique of a thing to say.
Secondly, I don't even believe you have a plan.
I have part of a plan.
What percentage of a plan do you have?
And we have a special thing to do when the police come by the way.
Just suck your brain out. When people come over, do you have to hide dirty things? Hi, you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. This is Kim. In the studio, we have Jerry Begley.
Hi.
And we hear sirens outside of the door where there's like 18 kids banging, trying to get in. They'll get to us because they're like Houdini. We could be in a box underwater with chains and they will get to us.
I think the chair's against the door beginning to move.
Well, the only time kids ever really need you is when you're either in the shower or in the bathroom.
That's true.
So
absolutely true. So you wanted me to answer some questions today, did you?
I did have some questions. So and I know how it is driving, traveling, road trips with a lot of kids. So when you're on a road trip, going down the road with all the kids in the car, what do the cars around you think? What do they say? What are they thinking? What is the bubble above their head? The
beep,
comic bubble.
Beep. The cars go beep, beep. You mean the people that are driving the cars?
Yeah, the people driving. What are they thinking when they look over at your van?
They want... Oh, in the van. See, the van is different than the other car. Because in the little car, they're so squished together, it's like sardines.
You're like
okay?
a bunch of illegals
well,
packed in.
They do. They see a whole lot of heads. They see a whole lot of heads inside of this little car, so they're not exactly sure what's going on. And we have a special thing to do when the police come by the way.
Arrest him! Arrest him!
Dun, 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 dun. Come out like the clown ambulance.
No, if we have too many people in the car, we say, Josiah, bend over and tie your shoe. So Josiah bends over and ties his shoe when the police go by. Then we don't have like too many people in the car.
And then when you get pulled over, like 10 people stand up with tied shoes.
Usually when I get pulled over, it's not for that. And then they let me go. When they see all the kids, they just feel really sorry
they're
for
like,
me.
Please go.
This guy really needs to get out of here.
Well, when I get pulled over, they quickly let me go because my car smells inside like something's fermenting.
French fries
and it's the Big Mac I was telling you about. So every now and then the kid will get a Big Mac, one of the kids, and it'll get hidden under some console, some seat, and it'll ferment till finally it becomes like a whiskey cheeseburger. It's so fermented you could get drunk off the fumes, and I'm afraid of getting a DUI because of that. They're going to smell alcohol from this 10-year-old Big Mac.
I thought we were the only ones that had food that would just kind of disappear into our car. I found a ham one time under the rear seat.
A ham. And then you remembered that you had forgotten Thanksgiving.
We were supposed to go to somebody's house with this thing, and we just ended up driving around or going to the park or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's a riot.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Guess who needs to laugh the most? Your dentist. Day after day, they look into mouths of people with rotten teeth and bad breath. Give your dentist a breath of fresh air by sending them a copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come, and soon they'll be reclining in the chair and you'll be running the drill. To pick up your copy, send $20 check or money order to Tooth Fairy, 400 Prospector Trail, Marble, Colorado, 81623. That's Tooth Fairy, 400 Prospector Trail, Marble, Colorado, 81623.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Just in, scientists discover that Canadian bacon is actually ordinary ham.
Oh, good grief.
We need a miracle. It's very important.
All right, who did this? I'm not mad. I just want to know who did it so I can punish them.
I regret my actions. I regret offending my coworkers.
I hear the drums are going tonight.
Do you snore? Would your kids say that you snore?
I don't snore.
Oh, so you say. What do the kids say?
I don't trust those kids for nothing.
I try to sleep when they're awake, and then I'm awake when they sleep because I don't trust them. Like you said, they're the Lilliputians. They'll tie us down.
I want to know why they're awake when I'm sleeping. What are they doing?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I know they're on the roof of the house sometimes. You'd think it's like birds or Santa Claus or something up there. It's the kids on the roof of the house.
Yeah. Oh, they'll do anything.
Well, we have that kind of roof that you can do that, by the way. See that? You can just walk right out of you can walk right out of just about any window. Well, don't walk out of that one.
Well, I noticed you don't have screens for that reason, you know.
I need to be able to break into my own house if I forget my house keys.
That's proof. Now, what about shoes? Do your kids go through shoes pretty quick? How often do you have to buy them?
Well, let me put it this way. One time when we were managing a horse ranch, and I had it up to about here with shoes, I said, everybody go get your shoes, bring them out on this giant ramp that we had outside of the barn. And I took tape, and I taped off sections. Everybody had their own section to put shoes in on the ramp, and I had to line them all up. At that point, I think we had somewhere around 186 pair of shoes in our house. A 900-square-foot house.
Oh, my. So you were the little old lady that lived in a shoe. That was you.
No,
That's
I
where
lived
that
around
story
shoes.
came.
Imelda Marcos had nothing over on us, I'll tell you what.
She was jealous. You
We
made
had
her
shoes.
jealous. Well, they go through them quick, don't they?
Actually, they don't go through them. So sometimes they go through them like, okay, they get worn out, blah, blah, blah. More likely, in our case, it's one shoe gets lost, it's time to go to town or to church or to visit the aunt, uncle, and you need another shoe, I'm just going to buy you a pair of shoes on the way there. I can't tell you how many times we've gone to Walmart to buy shoes on the way to church.
Oh, I do it all the time because there's one missing, and you never find that one. Just like you never find the sock.
No, you don't
in the
find
dryer.
it.
They're
It's
gone
gone.
for good.
I don't. It could be in the trunk of some stranger's car, or I don't know where it ends up. So missing is a big one. Another big thing that happens here is not that they're missing or worn out, but that they're just dirty. And what will happen is if it rains outside, the kids think it's pretty cool to run out in the rain without shoes, but wearing socks.
Oh, yeah.
And so then they'll come running back in with their muddy socks. And I'm like, you kids can't go out there without shoes. So then they'll put their shoes on with their muddy socks on. And so now there's mud
but everything
inside.
Stinks, too.
Yeah, well, now there's mud inside of their shoes. But as if that's not bad enough, they do it to my shoes. And
yeah.
so,
That's when you know. The way you know when a child needs a new shoe is when you can see their toes poking through. Now, when they stop, when you know when you don't need to buy them any more shoes is when they start wearing yours. Then your shoes are gone. When their feet finally get that big. They're like Sasquatch,
true.
like crazy Yeti. They're growing.
It's true, and that's already happening with socks. We're having sock wars in my house right now with my older son, but, you know.
Now, it's just like that's how you know when you need to buy them, just like when you need to get rid of the carrots in your fridge. I saw them down there. When you could tie them in a knot, Jerry, that's when you got to throw them out. When your potatoes are growing little marijuana plants, you need to throw them out.
How did she know about my carrots? You can tie in knots. Did you realize that you didn't know it, but just before you showed up today, we threw away about 10 or 12 different kinds of food.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad. I wasn't a taste tester. Now, what about, do you ever wish, with so many kids, do you ever wish, maybe a UFO would abduct you for about 10 minutes?
I've been abducted many times.
And you are right now. You are under hostage by the Lilliputians.
Why am I outside of the... Wait a minute. This is a little odd. I'm sitting in the Captain Kirk chair, but you've got the golden microphone.
Yeah, I'm interviewing you. You've been abducted by Lilliputians.
I have been
18
abducted.
of them. But, or do you wish you were abducted for like maybe 10 days, 10 years, maybe 10 years?
10 minutes would be a good start. Then 10 days, I could easily slide into the 10-day abduction thing, And
just suck your brain out.
Well, just hand me back when they're about ready to graduate or get married.
And
or
after
whatever.
their feet stop growing, then you can give them back. Then we'll have money. You're listening to Comedy Abduction Radio today. I'm your host, Kim. We have Jerry Begley. We'll be right back.
Ranger Station.
Hi, I want to report a bear sighting.
Location.
My front door. It was Smokey Bear. My husband was burning leaves in the yard. He just came inside for a second.
Never leave a fire unattended. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Smokey said that too.
We go way back. I knew him when he was just a cub.
How cute.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Captain, I must inform you, you are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Welcome back to Comedy Parenting Radio. I'm your host today as we have abducted Jerry Begley. This is relaxing to him to be abducted by knife point, yeah. So, Jerry, tell me, when you have relatives coming over, before they come, do you ever coach your children what to say, what to do, what not to say?
It depends if they're Democrats or not.
I don't have relatives come over. They're like, we're not coming near your place.
For all of my relatives out there, they're Democrats. I just got to be honest and tell you that we really do coach the children before you arrive.
Yeah, you coach them by, don't sit on that couch. That's not what it was meant for.
No, no, it's all political stuff that we coach them on. Political, moral, religious, ethical, philosophical, how not to offend the relatives.
Pretty much don't open your mouth.
But then it doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No, so then you have never lived until you had the 7-year-old getting into it with grandma.
Well, I tell people who haven't had kids, really, once you have kids, it breaks you. It's like a horse. It breaks you. Any selfishness you had before you had kids is gone. It's gone really quick.
It's gone, yeah. You'll just lay it all down for the kids. That's
no
for sure.
Narcissism in parenting.
No, that's for sure.
What about when people come over, do you have to hide dirty things?
Like today?
You don't have to for me. Are you kidding?
We ran out of trash bags before.
Yeah.
We're talking contractor. No, contractor-sized trash bags, Kim. Let's see. If you boys don't have that picked up in the next 15 minutes, it's going into... it's going into trash bags already.
Yeah. Well, one time, this is kind of funny. After I had been divorced for years, a girlfriend of mine said, there's a guy across the street I want you to meet. Why don't you go to dinner with him? So I thought, all right, So we go to dinner. Again, I got married when I was 24, so I hadn't dated all these years. I waited 4 years after I was divorced, and I thought, this is so new to me. I mean, this is foreign to me. Go to dinner. Nice guy. Consequently, I never saw the guy again when you hear the rest of the story. Go to dinner. Nice dinner. Go home. Well, thank you so much. That was a great time. He goes, can I come in and have a cup of water? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I didn't have time to hide anything or check to see if the house is clean, So I so politely, I said, sure, come on in. So I take one step in and I see a pair of 7-year-old underwear on the ground. And I'm thinking, oh no, this is going to get ugly. Take another step, there's his shirt. Another step, there's the pants, there's the socks. And the poor guy, as I'm like kicking it to the side, changing the subject, there's the body, the carcass of the child lying naked, face down, underneath the couch. He's like, is that your son? Yes. And I don't know where the babysitter is. The babysitter was my teenage daughter. In the meantime, she's in the bathroom, which is right there by the living room, taking a shower. She has no clothes in the shower because just her towel. So she's planning on coming out in her towel. So in the meantime, I'm dying. I throw a blanket over the kid like a corpse. I'm like, so what do you like in your coffee? In the meantime, my daughter hears us and she goes, I hear some people out there. I can't come out. So she sits there waiting and the guy wouldn't leave.
She's stranded in the bathroom.
She's stranded, hostage in her own bathroom, and he's not leaving. He's enjoying the coffee. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to be polite. So finally he left. Before he left, she didn't know how long he'd be there, so she thought, I gotta go. So all of a sudden the door flings open here, she comes in her towel, hello, and she runs off to her bedroom.
Okay, well, you've been listening to Comedy Parenting. We had Kim up in the studio here today. Thanks for coming out here today, Kim.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And when you go, would you mind kicking all those dirty clothes over to the side?
You see? They are insane.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.